Okay, homework 4 has question 7 like this. One pump can empty a pool in 5 days, whereas a second pump can empty the pool in 8 days. How long will it take the two pumps working together to empty the pool? Looking first at what happens with one pump at a time, we can say we know that pump 1, we'll call it, empties the pool in 5 days. That tells us that pump 1 can empty 1/5 of the pool. One-fifth of the pool in 1 day. And similarly, pump 2 empties the entire pool in 8 days, right? Is that what? Yeah, 8 days. That tells us that pump 2 empties 1/8 of the pool, 1/8 of the pool in 1 day. Now, looking at the two pools the two pumps working together, we can go on from there to say that working together, then you see pump 1 and pump 2 would in 1 day empty this much of the pool. One pump empties 1/5 of it, and the other pump empties 1/8. If you add those together, we need to find a common denominator, which I'll just quickly say 40 will be our common denominator, our least common denominator. And 1/5 is 8/40. I'm not going into how to find the least common denominator right now. We got other things to worry about. 1/8 is 5/40 equals 13/40. Together, they can empty 13/40 of the pool in 1 day. Now, we know that the two pumps working together empty 13/40 of the pool. That is to say, the two pumps together, I'll put the two together. Yeah, you can still read what I'm writing, right? Yeah. Sometimes I forget to move the page. Can empty 13/40 of the pool in 1 day. Now let's say I multiply 13/40 by 40/13. I mean the reciprocal. Remember this word, the reciprocal. I can hardly fit it in it, but I just wanted to write that word so we all remember it. I'll put it over here, I guess. Using the reciprocal of 13/40, the reciprocal is 40/13. So I'll multiply 40/13, my pencil, 40/13 times 13/40, and I'll multiply this also by 40/13. So, in other words, the two, I'll multiply this times 1. If they can empty 13/40 of a pool in 1 day, then if I multiply that by 40/13 and I multiply this by 40 over 13, we know that they can empty this much of a pool in this many days. That is to say, and this term here, when we multiply by the reciprocal, it just gets us, they can empty one pool in, and then times 1. They can empty one pool in 40/13 days, and we simply need to convert an improper fraction to a mixed number, and one pool they can empty in 3 point, what was it? Well, it was up here in this answer here, see, but I'll just make one more comment on it. It's like when I multiply by the reciprocal, I got the number 1, which is, in other words, that's what we want to know. How many days does it take to empty one pool? How many days does it take to enter the entire pool? The entire pool is one pool, and the two pumps working together can empty it in 40 over 13 days, which is 3.077. Oh, I have it out way the heck up here, so that's 3.077 days was our answer to that question.